Still thinking about coming to Shenzhen? Look at this, someone's sleeping out here. It's 10 degrees and it's already 10 p.m. The wind is so strong I'm literally shivering just standing here. Look, everything's getting blown around. So, are you still coming to Shenzhen? It's scary. What do we even do? I feel so bad. The wind is lifting everything. Seriously, don't come to Shenzhen. I really think you all should go back home.
来，摄影师看一下这边的商铺。
Come, let the camera take a look at the shops over here. This used to be Dongtong Street in Shaojing. In the past, it was packed with people, and every shop was hard to get into. But what has happened to it now? Anyone from old Shaojing knows this place. From once brightly lit and bustling to now completely deserted. What exactly did it go through? As foreign-funded and Taiwan-funded companies withdrew one after another, Shenzhen's manufacturing and service industries were hit hard. Factories shut down, waves of layoffs followed, and cities fell into decline. Many who lost their jobs had no choice but to sleep in public areas. Shenzhen streets are becoming increasingly empty, with fewer and fewer people around. Metro ridership keeps dropping, and the train cars are getting emptier by the day. Office towers in the CBD are seeing rising vacancy rates, turning into nothing more than empty shell headquarters. Even in the Futian district, some Starbucks and McDonald's locations have already closed down and withdrawn from the Chinese market. Many people have no choice but to sleep outdoors at night. Videos online show large numbers of people sleeping outside places such as Longhua bus station, plazas, and parks. One interviewee revealed that he had been drifting in Shenzhen for over 20 years, often sleeping under bridges or in parks year-round.
给大家分享一下，如果你来深圳的话，或南山这边哈。
Let me share something with you. If you ever come to Shenzhen, especially around Nanshan, and you're wondering where you can stay overnight more comfortably, you can consider Shenzhen Bay Park. The sunrise at Shenzhen Bay is stunning. You can watch it in the morning. The scenery is excellent, and it's very quiet at night. Last night I stayed at Haifeng Park. The fee standards for the parks are the same. From Monday to Friday on non-holidays, the nighttime hours from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. cost 14 cents per hour. There's a restroom nearby, and it's very spacious and spotless. You can't take a shower, but there's water and everything you need, so I think it's pretty suitable. The blogger added that charging devices here is also very convenient. Usually, there are peak and off-peak hours. During peak hours, the first hour costs $1.40, and after that, it's 14 cents per half hour. During non-holiday off-peak hours, the first hour is 60 cents, and subsequent hours are 14 cents each. Living here offers a pleasant environment. It's very quiet at night, and in the morning, you can even get some exercise. It costs about $2 a night, and you can live quite comfortably. That's why many RVs are parked here as well. Faced with Shenzhen's extremely high rent, this blogger chose to set up a tent under a bridge and live there instead. So, how does he usually take a shower? Good morning, another beautiful day. How do we deal with water here? See that? There's a guy over there resting, probably a truck driver. Last night he took a shower right here. I came over to fetch some water. Yes, when it's past midnight, when you can't even see your own hand, this is our shower place. The blogger admits that living here is extremely harsh. Last night, his whole body itched because there were so many mosquitoes. Inside the tent, there were not only minor bugs, but even centipedes. Some commenters suggested raising his bed as the damp ground could easily cause rheumatism. However, his tent is 2.1 meters long and 1.6 meters wide, making it challenging to fit a regular bed frame. He asked everyone for ideas in hopes of finding a workable solution. This blogger works as a ride-hailing driver. On the day of the Mid-Autumn Festival, the platform offered various incentive programs, so she stayed busy taking orders until late at night before finally resting. Because there were all kinds of bonuses yesterday, zero commission, extra incentives, I earned a bit more than usual. But honestly, it was exhausting. Last night, I drove all the way to Songshan Lake and I really couldn't go any further. I started getting sleepy every day at 11 p.m. and if I can hold on until midnight, that's already impressive. So today, I'm just staying here at Songshan Lake. This place is terrific. Owning a home here would feel amazing. When you see the scenery like this, it just puts you in such a good mood, doesn't it? This is Shaojin in Shenzhen. It used to be a very bustling and lively place, especially after work hours when the streets were packed with people. Now it's desolate, the area has faded, the prosperity is gone, and there's a faint sense of melancholy in the air. Previously, a demolition project here relocated all the nearby original residents. But the houses couldn't be demolished, people couldn't live there, and the shops couldn't do business. The relocated residents still haven't received their compensation, and some are even renting elsewhere. It's genuinely tragic. In Shenzhen, a programmer chose to live in his car for 3 years. He admitted that he couldn't afford to buy a house in Shenzhen, so he moved into his car. Over 3 years, he saved nearly $14,000. 41-year-old Zhang Yunlai is from Yangjiang, Guangdong, and has worked as a programmer at a small company in Nanshan, Shenzhen for 6 years. He often shares his car-living daily life online. He usually parks his car in a park at night, folds down the back seats, and lays out a mattress to rest. To avoid poor air circulation, he leaves a small gap in the car window. He recalled that during his first 2 years in Shenzhen, he spent $280 per month renting a small room of less than 10 square meters without a private bathroom in deplorable conditions. 3 years ago, after buying a car, he began trying to make it his home. He said parking overnight for about 9 to 11 hours only costs $1. Although the space is limited, he has his own private area, and the environment is better than his previous rental. The park is quiet at night, near the seaside, giving the feeling of having a seaside apartment. After work, Monday to Thursday, he eats near the company and showers at the gym. At night, he parks his car at Shenzhen Bay Park and uses the park's public restrooms to wash up in the morning and evening. On Fridays, he drives 300 kilometers back to his hometown in Yangjiang to spend time with his family, and early Monday morning, he returns to Shenzhen for work, bringing back the clothes he wore during the week to wash at home. Calculating the monthly expenses, it costs about $140, and over 3 years he saved nearly $14,000. He openly admitted that buying a house in Shenzhen is out of reach for him, but more than 3 years of car living hasn't been so bad. Although it's a bit tough, being able to spend more time with my family makes it totally worth it. And the environment here at Shenzhen Bay Park is excellent. The public facilities here are superb, which is also why I've been able to keep up this car camping lifestyle in Shenzhen Bay Park for more than 3 years. I feel it's much better than the life I had before, spending $280 on a tiny single room. The blogger said that Luohu Dongmen from 10 years ago is entirely different from Luohu Dongmen today. She isn't sure how long it's been since everyone last came to Luohu. She is now standing on Jaifeng Road, which is the main street of Dongmen. In the past, this street was packed with people shoulder to shoulder, but now it's already close to 1 p.m., yet the crowd is still sparse. She added that in the old days, whenever people from other cities came to Shenzhen, their first stop was usually Dongmen and Luohu. But times have changed. The foot traffic here has clearly decreased, and rents have dropped as well. She just asked a shop owner who told her that the monthly rent is now only a little over $10,000. This shocked her because the rent on the street used to be around $35,000. Seeing it fall so drastically, she sighed. Its former prosperity is no more. Can you believe it? This is Upper Hills in Nanshan District, right in the very heart of Shenzhen. Many nearby malls and physical stores have closed, and brick-and-mortar businesses are really struggling now. Some of the shops in this mall only require tenants to pay the property management fee. There's no rent at all. Rents in Shenzhen have returned to levels seen 10 years ago. 10 years ago, a single room like this would have cost $70, and finding one was extremely difficult. Now the price is still the same, but collecting rent is becoming increasingly complex. More and more people are owing rent. The worry isn't that these tenants are defaulting on rent. Everyone has difficult times, but that they might disappear without a trace. This tenant had been several months behind on rent. I contacted him yesterday, and he said he hadn't found a job yet. Sure enough, he ran away today. The blogger said that the tenant left a note for the landlord before leaving, which read, "Landlord, I failed. Now I have to run away. So sad. Thank you for letting me owe you several months' rent. I'll make it up to you when I have the chance. Goodbye." This blogger has been unemployed for a month and a half and is struggling with whether to go home early for the Lunar New Year or continue looking for work.
前几天跟朋友聊天，
I was
他的
chatting
经
with a
历
friend
给
the
了我
other
挺
day,
大
and
鼓
her
励。去年
experience
他
was
整整
very
失业了1 年，
encouraging.
那
She
时
was
候快临
unemployed
近
for
过年
a whole
了，
year
他还
last
在
year.
坚持投
It
简
was
历，
almost
跑面
Chinese
试，
New
最
Year,
后
and she
居
was
然
still
拿到了华为
consistently
文职的
submitting
offer。他
resumes and
说
going
年
to
底很多人
interviews.
会离职，
In the
反而
end,
会
she
有一批
actually
空缺
received
岗
an
位，这
offer
时
from
候坚持下
Huawei's
去，机
administrative
会就比别
division.
人多。
She
他的
said
话
that
点
many
醒了
people
我，
leave
其
their
实我
jobs
也
at
纠
the end of
结
the
要不要
year,
干脆提
creating
前
many
回家，
vacant
过完年
positions.
再重新
If
出
you
发。可是
persevere
想
this
想，
time,
距离
you'll
过
have more
年还有一段
opportunities
时
than
间，过完
others.
年工作
Her
也不一
words
定好
woke
找
me
到。
up. Actually, I was also struggling with whether just to go home early and start again after the new year. But then I thought about how there was still some time before then, and it might not be easy to find a job afterward. The blogger said she reorganized her resume, selectively applied to several companies she liked, and plans to continue using it to apply to more companies. Perhaps, as my friend said, no path in life is wasted. There might be a turning point hidden in the next resume I submit.
真正现在的现状是啥样？
What's the current situation in Shenzhen? You might not believe it, but fruit vendors are crying, vegetable vendors are crying, meat vendors are crying, clothing vendors are crying, building material vendors are crying, catering vendors are crying, food delivery drivers are crying, Didi drivers are crying, and even we in the real estate industry are almost crying ourselves to death. Tell me, is there any industry in Shenzhen that isn't crying? Blogger Sister Breaking News Shenzhen believes that Shenzhen's transformation from a small fishing village into an international metropolis is mainly due to the manufacturing, export, technology, and supply chains established over the decades by Taiwanese and foreign companies. She observed that industrial zones in Longhua, Baoan, and Pingshan are currently in decline, with some Taiwanese-funded factories having relocated to Vietnam, India, Indonesia, and other places, along with their equipment, leading to unemployment among local workers. Outside Luohu Square, migrant workers with nowhere else to go were sleeping. At night, under bridges, near subway entrances, and in alleyways behind office buildings in Fujian CBD, people could be seen resting on cardboard boxes, including unemployed programmers, construction workers, and food delivery riders. These people search for work during the day and sleep outdoors at night. Some even eat only instant noodles and drink tap water to save money. She lamented, "This isn't some international metropolis, it's clearly a modern urban predicament of high prices, high pressure, high unemployment, low hope, low wages, and low security. This city is dying, yet the government clings desperately to the last breath of life as if it wants to nail people to this ground. You are not allowed to leave, run, complain, or tell anyone the truth." The vacancy rate of office buildings in Shenzhen is so high right now. Take this office building in Qiaotou, Fuyang, Shenzhen, for example. More than half of the floors are empty. They're all beautifully decorated, equipped with all utilities, and come in all sizes. Why is Shenzhen building so many office buildings? It's a waste of money and resources, and it pollutes the environment. What's the point of investing so much money in them? Look at the current vacancy rate, it's reached 40%, even close to 50%, and they're still building like crazy. If they keep building like this, Shenzhen will face a crisis. You can't attract enough companies to work here, and you can't rent them out. Building so many office buildings is a dead end.
深圳现在最便宜的写字楼在哪里？
Where are the cheapest office buildings in Shenzhen right now? You don't still think it's in Longhua or even Baoan, do you? Quite the opposite. Office buildings in Nanshan and Futian are even cheaper than those in those two places. Why? Firstly, the scale is enormous, extremely massive. Do you know how big the entire Nanshan Science and Technology Institute is? Tens of millions of square meters of leasable area. Secondly, after large companies like Tencent moved out, many office buildings became vacant, and landlords had to lower rents to fill them. Now, you might only need to rent these office buildings vacated by Tencent for $7 per square meter. This blogger shares how to spend the night for free in Shenzhen. He says first go to exit D of Shenzhen North Metro Station, then take bus 207.
找到4号站台 M207，然后往龙悦居市区的方向走。
Find platform 4 M207 at the information desk, then walk towards Longyue-ju Phase 4. It's about a 5-minute bus ride. The total fare is 17 cents. Then walk downhill, cross the zebra crossing, and you'll see a 24-hour convenience service area. Yes, this is it. It's open from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. the next day and features air conditioning, restrooms, and charging stations. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.